Hi, I'm Rishabh. We are starting with week 2 of our solution set for revenue revolution. Week 2 is all about AI powered call and meeting management. Picture this: you're on an important call, scribbling notes about clients' pain points and next steps, barely keeping up. By the time you hang up, you are drained, and then you still have to update the CRM, send a recap email, and hope you didn't miss any key detail. That's a lot of grunt work for a single call. Now imagine that same call, but everything is recorded by Fathom AI, summarized in bullet points, and the highlights are automatically sent to your CRM so you don't forget the crucial stuff. That's exactly what we are doing with AI powered call management in today's tutorial. We'll show you how to set up Fathom to record and summarize each call, then push those golden snippets into your CRM, and even shoot you an email summary so you can move on without re listening to hours of audio. If you're ready to reclaim your post call hours and keep your pipeline updated without the manual stress, stick around. We'll hook Fathom into an N10 workflow, let AI do the transcription, then route the best bits to your CRM. It's about showing up for the next call fresh, not bogged down by the last one. Let's dive in. Before we start, let me quickly introduce you to Fathom AI. This is an AI note taker application which is free to use, and it provides integration with Google Meet, Teams, and Zoom. So the what you need to do, you need to create an account here, and they'll provide a Chrome extension. Let me quickly show you how it works. Once you install the Chrome extension, you will be able to see the extension here. And to use this, once you enter the Google meeting, or once you start the Google meeting with your clients or with your friends, there will be a button provided to you of Fathom at the bottom. Once you click that, Fathom will enter the meeting. You'll be asked to let Fathom into the meeting, and it will quietly listen to the entire meeting, summarize, transcribe, and summarize. And in the end, it will send you the mail of the summary. Let me show you how the mail looks. So this is how you will be receiving a mail recap from impromptu Google meeting. If you had scheduled this earlier on your calendar, it will be something else. The title would be something else. And you'll be receiving this from no reply fathom.video. And here's the best part. It breaks down everything into points, and those are very correct. We have verified it multiple times. Those are very accurate and relevant to the meeting that happened. And it says the purpose of the meeting, key takeaways, topics, funding solutions, recruitment, and many more things, and next steps to take, right? So this is a really good AI application. I really suggest you to try this with your meetings, with your office meetings, or maybe with your colleagues, or with whoever you want to take notes of or remember the meeting discussion of, right? So now here's where we can start our workflow. We will check if the mail has been received, because Fathom AI does not provide API access for the free version. Maybe for the higher version it will provide API access, but we will not need that. We can just check the mails we receive from this reply at fathom.video, and we'll just take the summary and move ahead from there. So let's quickly start our workflow. Here we go. The first thing we'll do is add the Gmail node on message received. Now make sure you do not set this to true, set this to false, right? Simplify should be false, so it will give you much better and in-depth extensive details. Now what we'll do, we'll use if for checking if the mail we are receiving from or the sender is no reply, right? I just copied it here, I'll paste it here. All right, and we will check if the mail which we are receiving is correct, right? So let's set this to expressions $json dot from, if I remember it correctly, and value, we can always check this later, dot address, right? So that's the thing. That's the one, and there we go. So if this is true, we will move forward and we will carry on with our operations, which is, let's first set edit note, edit field set, right? And get all the details, important details in one place. So the important details would be name, okay, of the company or the other person which we are talking to. In our case, since we are working with 20 CRM where we have companies, we will compare this name to the name of the company, right? So dollar, um, yeah, dot dot name. Let's just keep this as it is for now because it will get complicated. Let me quickly show you how it works. I'll click on test workflow and I'll show you how it looks, how the mail looks like from the Gmail trigger. And it's not as straightforward. It is delivered to my email and there are lots of information there. Most importantly, HTML, which is the actual HTML of the entire mail. And there is also subject, impromptu Google meeting, and HTML again, text, and from, right? So we have from, value, and HTML, and many more things. All right. So there many of them are repeated. Now, to get this in proper order, we will need AI agent, right? We will not be able to fetch summary because what I wanted here was name, which is again not highlighted in the subject, or maybe it is highlighted somewhere in the body. And to get that, we will need AI because we do not know where it will be mentioned in the actual body. So, and we do not have any method to control or set Fathom AI to set subject of the mail as the company name, right? So it's not an issue, it's not a big deal. We can always use AI agent. We can tell AI agent to give us the company name in the output, and this will be a conversational agent. We will not be adding any chat model, or sorry, tools. We will only add chat model with Geo 4 mini. Okay, so hope you have connected your credentials already. And the prompt we will use here in the system message requires specific output. Let's make sure this is true. And in the text, we will add whatever text we receive from the mail, which is a text again. All right. And here, let's remove this and add a prompt of our own, which will be this. You're an assistant of business development executive running meeting with clients and saving data in CRM. Okay. So your task is to read the email, which is generated by note taker, and return actions to take and feedback from the client. Important. Just return name of the company and summary of or feedback to the next node in JSON format with keys name and summary only, right? So let's see how this one works. I'll paste it there. And what AI agent will do is it will return us data in JSON, not JSON, but stringified format. So we'll need to first convert it into JSON format, which will be json.parse. And here, let's see, as per our expectation, it should be name. The next thing will be summary. Let's make sure this is notes. Okay, and they both are string. So that's it. And let's move on to the next step. We can verify this later. Once we have received this, we will add HTTP request node and fetch companies from 20, right? So I will not repeat this step again. I will just copy this from another workflow or the previous workflows. If you haven't checked it out, Please do. It is really helpful. I have tried to add lots of value in it. And the next thing we'll do, we'll need code node for it. And the code we will use is here. So in input.all, take all the companies at once. JSON.companies, filter those out, and what we'll do, we will find the company that includes that name from which we received from AI agent. So AI agent will tell us which company is the entire mail about or was there in the meeting with us, and we will compare that with the names in our CRM. So I'll just copy and paste this. I'm sorry. We are done with this. Now comes the important part. We will go to 20 and we will be adding the extra columns opportunity and notes. If you don't know, you can just find it here. So it's not visible now because I've selected it and it has already appeared in the table. But if I do select it, any of those, it will appear as another column in the table. Now you can see opportunities and tasks and notes here, right? So what we'll need is notes. Currently, there are no notes in my system and there are no opportunities again, right? So we will use APIs to add opportunity and notes. Why do we need opportunity? Because it is the umbrella under which notes will come. So we'll first need to add opportunity and then we can add the note. This is the Twitter 20s API documentation, and let's find opportunities here. Let's just search it. There we go. So this is a create opportunity API, and okay, create one opportunity. What we are supposed to add here is the name of the opportunity. Let's keep the amount as it is because we are not dealing with amount of anything right now. And close date, let's just, we can set it dynamically using JavaScript. Stage can be new or to do or whatever you like. Position, let it be. Created by source can be email or maybe manual or many more things. If you go through the document, you'll see options to add. Point of contact can be null because we do not want to deal with that now. We can add point of contact by fetching it from different sources. Point of contact is basically the user who is adding that mail, or you can find any of the people who are linked to that company in the people's page. So company ID, we will surely fetch it from the previous node. That's why we fetched data from the 20 API earlier using get, and we used code to find the one company which we will need, and we'll use that to get company ID. And name can be the summary which we fetched from the AI agent or from the mail, or maybe we can, yeah, set that as a name. Now, the following step, let me just clarify that as well. We will be adding notes. So here is the API for that. Create one note. We will add position. We will add title. There is body and created by, which will be the source email. No more details. Now these notes are standalone. And to connect that with the opportunities, there is note targets. So create one note targets, and here we will add opportunity ID, the company ID. Person ID can be added, can be null, whatever you wish. Note ID will be the note ID of the note we just created. So let's quickly run through this. Let's add 3 nodes, one after another with all those bodies. I have pasted all the 3 nodes. I have added the code as well. The API for this is the URL of my self-hosted API or self-hosted CRM 20, and rest opportunities. I have added the credentials. We have header, we have the body. So for body, we will directly fetch the name of the mail or the opportunity from Gmail. So the subject of the mail which we received on Gmail will be the name of our opportunity, and this is the code for it. Don't worry, I'll provide the everything in the notes, right? So all of this would be in the notes, and let's keep this as new date. So to dynamically fetch it from JavaScript, and there it is. I'll add the body, I'll add the URL and method and every other detail in the document, and please refer to that when you are working on this. This is create note request where we just provide the title. We do, position can be 0, -1, last, 1, 2, 3, whatever you like. It's just the position on the page. The notes will appear. It's not very important. I have removed the body. You can also add the body as well if you want. I will just be dealing with the title of the notes. And lastly, very important, I will be adding note ID, which I just received from the previous note. Person ID, I will be keeping it as null, as I said earlier, because it will take a time, some time. It will require me to add additional nodes to get this. Now, company ID, we will be fetching it from code. Code was the filter function which gave us the company, and that makes our link opportunity and task node. And finally, we have our entire workflow ready. And let's run this. Let's see how this one works. And let me rename this to um, meeting summarizer to CRM. Right. Let's run this. Let's see how this one works. Okay. So we failed here, which was because, why did we fail here? We failed here because invalid input syntax for timestamp with time zone. All right, my bad. I think the format of time should be different. So we can convert into ISO string. It's a minor mistake. Shouldn't have happened, right? Dot to date time. Okay. So let me just quickly check how this one will be sending us time. Console. You sure do not need to do this. I will be providing this thing in the document. There we go. Let's use this. Yeah. New date dot to ISO string, right? Let's run this. Running it for the third time, and I hope it works this time. So the first time was when we fetched details from, or the results from Gmail for testing at the start of the workflow. So I wouldn't count that. All right. So our workflow has been executed. Let's go to 20 and see how it worked. I'll refresh the page. And there we go. So here we are. We have opportunities here, and notes will be here. Offers diverse funding solutions as extensive. Okay, so I think this was picked up from the summary. I could have done a different prompting to get more relevant results, or maybe something I can work with. but that's up to you. You can always program it yourself or prompt it yourself in whichever way you deem fit and get relevant results. Let's see if how the workflow worked. We received, let's start with this. So what we received was data from Fathom. I've also added my other mail because currently I did not attend any mail meeting, so I do not have any meeting summary receiving now. So I just added up another mail of mine, which where I did receive a summary. So there it is. We have all our details, meetings summarizer. All right. So this is the AI agent which received all the detailed information and it gave us this thing. So the name of the company was Deselact and offers diverse funding solution, has extensive business connection, expressing interest in partnership and more. So you can maybe summarize it the other way for your email, however you like. And as I said earlier, we did receive it in string format because string is the output format of OpenAI. So we passed it and fetched the details we wanted, name and summary. The next thing we did was fetch all the companies, existing companies, which is there in our CRM, which is no big deal. We did it many a times in the earlier workflows, right? Those are all the companies, and let's find where Deselect is. I'll just quickly search. Okay. Yeah. So here's where we added filter for companies. We selected Dazzle's name from edit fields node, which was there earlier, and we tried to filter this out, and then we came to this. So there was no additional source from where we could have found this. Maybe if I dig deeper, I will be able to find this company in the list, but you can see it in front of you. If you do find it difficult to get the list, or maybe you're not able to your workflow is not able to run properly because of this, do let me know in the comments and I'll get in touch with you. Finally, the code is done and we will be sending an API request to the CRM for opportunities. And the first one was impromptu Google meeting, right? And the company ID was the same as we had for Deselect. There we go. We created the opportunity and here is the ID for opportunity which we used in this is the title, which is the notes basically of note, and this note is standalone. We are not using opportunities here, and it has created ID of its own once the note is generated. So opportunity is standalone, note is standalone, and a note can be added inside the umbrella of opportunities in the CRM as we saw earlier just a few minutes back. Finally, we have this where we bring together all the information. We have note ID, which we just saw. We have company ID and we have opportunity ID, which we just created, and we have linked all of those. So that brings us to the end of this workflow. We have Fathom AI, which keeps a watch on the entire meeting, summarizes it, transcribes it, of course, and sends us the summary and call to action or points to work on our mail. From there, we take on, or the annotant takes on, and feeds it into our CRM. So from where we can just access it from one source. We don't need to go anywhere else. Everything done super fast and super efficiently, quickly, without worrying about anything. So that's it. If you like this video, do give us a like, give subscribe to this channel, and tell us how you're liking this entire series. We have discussed a lot of things, how to improve your revenue operations, and make your life easy or make your business work faster using N10. If you are enjoying this series, do share it with your friends who might benefit from it, who are running a business or maybe a freelance job or whatever. They'll, if they will benefit from this, you will be helping one more person get ahead using AI. And that brings us to the end. Thank you. See you in the next video.